Hi and welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you here. I wanted to address like the time of winter, the time of the unknowing where we're currently in, and some of the Bible verses that is kind of coming to me like a few times now here and there, and I wanted to share that and wanted to create a connection here, how I found so much meaning for this current time we're in. And if you're new here, my name is Olivia. I'm a menstrual cycle coach, and I help women to align their cycle according to their life so they feel more energized, fulfilled, they're feeling more in love with themselves, with being a woman in their cycle and loving their periods. Like a big part of my work that I'm teaching is more like the biology side, and all of my teaching is like really coming from my heart, woven in with the teachings of God. So that's why today I wanted to share Psalm 23, that I wanted to create a connection here for the time of winter. Before we're gonna head into this topic, I wanted to read the verse first so you have an idea what is it about. I think it's like a really kind of common one, like a one that's like really profound. So Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths. For his name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So amazing. Every time I'm reading it, it's like resonating a lot. I wish it does for you too. And I wanted to create like a connection here because what this psalm shares with us, or what God wanting to tell us through this, is like, how are you able to truly surrender, be in faith and trust, knowing that everything will be provided. Maybe you recognize like the difference between like the true winter when we look in nature, or the winter time through the representation of our society, where in nature winter is a time of stillness, of resting, of sitting still and waiting when to act, sitting in this unknown, and still knowing that when spring will come around, we will be provided everything will reveal itself. And when we look in our society, like December, the winter time, that's mainly the time where like businesses are running crazy, like alcoholism, crazy consumption of alcohol, food, and like an over consumption over so many things. It's supposed to be like a time of like going inwards, like stillness, reflection. And what we kind of like see in the outside world is like this super fluorescent light of bombarding from so many different things that really distracts us from what is actually important in that time. And maybe many of you are kind of like needing maybe directions, like wanting to know what's going to happen in the new chapter of our lives, what is going to happen in this year. And I wanted to like address the winter time is the time of stillness, of not knowing, of sitting still and waiting for God to tell you where to go in the next direction. And like this first like really is like the symbol of everything that like we are being led. We just need to be the sheep that allows that and truly surrenders, and don't bring our mind into that, like that wants to logically analyze so many things. And yeah, we tend to like then fast move into like this fear of this like worry about, okay, what is actually happening, we don't know, we need to organize, we need to plan. But like sitting in this uncomfort of not knowing is like where God like sharpens our senses, sharpens our faith, and sharpens our strength. And we are invited to be brave here, and yeah, to sit in prayer, to sit still, to be more in nature. And when we kind of reflect this to our cycle as women, is like the inner winter time is the menstruation, is the time where we're supposed to be still and don't do nothing, and like really go internal, like listen, become more intuitive. But yeah, our society creates just like, yeah, like as the commercial of like tampons, or like all of these like cups that are out there right now, like symbol or shows us to, yeah, just like pretend nothing is different, just like move on with your life as like any other day of your cycle, and just like keep continuing. But the true essence of like sitting in the stillness, sitting in the presence, and sitting in this moment, and just observe and like listen what God wants to tell you through like different yeah, situations, people that are coming into your life, nature. Yeah, just look into the seasons, look into nature. What's like for me the greatest reflection of God in the purest essence, and what we're able to learn a lot from. So yeah, I invite you again for more stillness, for whenever you're feeling in like a chapter of your life where like many things are like uncertain. I feel like the past years is like the biggest representation over like sharpening, like God wants to sharpen our faith, our willingness to surrender and to trust in Him, that He will provide for us. Like as it says like in this like verse in Psalm 23, He makes us to lay down. So it's not like kind of like He's asking us for permission, but He just does it because He is stronger than us. He is stronger than our mind, our logical mind that wants to analyze and yeah, wants to create like something out of like not being able to let go of control. And yeah, this really invites us from like this really logical perspective, like logic like is like the physical matter, it's like more the masculine side, and like the feminine is like more this receptive, surrendering, receiving part, being intuitive, being with self and being with God in this. So I think, yeah, with our in our society where we women especially also been like really pushed into this more masculine side, this more being productive, like this more doing and acting, and like out of like yeah, this acting, this productivity, you kind of like you're doing something, and this is what's been like more valued than yeah, like this more receptive side, that's like that is a doing without doing. So this receiving, the surrendering, that is the part that needs to be done. And it's not like a form of action like externally, it's like a more internal process that is happening, that is mainly not being able like to see from the outside, because obviously it's like an internal process, but that's like the true essence of femininity. And yeah, this is like a really big introduction or invitation, I wanted to say, of like, yeah, sitting more with your femininity, sitting more with the stillness, with this unknown, and yeah, maybe reflecting what kind of emotions are coming up in that time when you're like sitting with yourself, sitting with God, and sitting with like truly surrendering. And to give you maybe like a little, yeah, practice exercise here is, yeah, set a timer just for 5 minutes, and just like, yeah, like let go, focus only on your breathing, and just allow like all the worries, all like the fear that might come up just to come up, and like let it flush, like flow through you, and let it pass again. And if you feel like more centered, just connect with God, like the true essence of God, the Lord, and yeah, ask for how are you able to be more in your serenity, in your receiving, and ask the Lord to help you through this time. And just like after those 5 minutes, because I also always like to, of course, invite biology here into that space, because when we see like fears or other worries and thoughts, when we like look into biology, it's like a hormonal process that is happening that mainly resolves after a few minutes. And when we're able like to focus on the present, on the breathing, on God, like let it flush through you and let God lead you. Yeah, I'm curious what you think, if you have heard about this psalm, what it is bringing up for you. And yeah, see you in my next one.